Okay, so what we're going to do here is break down a really fascinating piece of health advertising. It's a flyer for a product called Baby Fresh Drops, and you can tell right away it's aimed directly at expectant parents. Now, our goal isn't to judge the product itself, not at all. It's really to pull back the curtain on the powerful marketing techniques that are being used. So let's dive right in. So, right out of the gate, the flyer goes straight for the emotional core. I mean, it doesn't ease you in at all. It leads with this classic marketing technique. You might have heard of it called a fear appeal. By asking about the fear and the cost of a C-section, it's tapping directly into one of the biggest anxieties for so many expectant parents. Wow, what a powerful opening. Okay, so once they've landed that really powerful hook, the flyer starts to, cast a wider net. It begins to methodically layer on more common pregnancy concerns, one by one. It's building this foundation of, well, shared anxiety, really, that makes the person reading it feel like, hey, they get me. They understand what I'm worried about.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. It's all about the specificity. See, the ad doesn't just ask if you want a healthy baby. That's too generic. It asks if you want a child like Kanuda, which is a direct reference to the playful, divine child Krishna. And just like that, it transforms this general desire for a healthy baby into a super vivid, culturally specific, and, a highly aspirational image of the perfect child.
And then, just like that, the flyer pivots right back to a very concrete medical fear: jaundice. It's a common issue in newborns. A lot of parents know about it or have heard stories. By naming it directly, the ad is identifying another specific, well-known worry that parents have, which of course makes the need for some kind of solution feel way more urgent. This slide right here, it just brilliantly illustrates the ad's core logic. It creates this direct link, this chain between the mother's health, the baby's development, and that ultimate goal, a normal delivery. It's reframing these things not as separate, random chances, but as a single, controllable chain of events. Super clever. And listen, it's not just about the emotional or physical fears. No. The ad actually puts a price tag on them. By showing specific rupee amounts for potential complications, you see it there, $20,000 to $25,000 for a C-section, it makes the cost of doing nothing feel incredibly real and, frankly, pretty stressful. So, after hitting those major fears, the flyer casts an even wider net. It starts listing a whole spectrum of more common, everyday ailments for both the mom and the baby. We're talking about things like indigestion, colic, even delayed teething. What's the strategy here? Well, this tactic pretty much ensures that any expectant parent, no matter what their specific worry is going to find something on this list that resonates with them. Okay, so the stage is set, right? The flyer has carefully, methodically constructed this whole landscape of fear: physical, financial, emotional. And now that you're feeling all that anxiety, it's time to introduce the hero of the story, the proposed solution. And there it is. Baby Fresh Drops. It's positioned as the single, one-stop solution to every single problem the flyer just spent all that time laying out. After building up that whole storm of anxiety, this is presented as the calm, the simple answer you've been looking for. Now, to frame the product's whole philosophy, the ad uses this famous English proverb, "Prevention is better than cure." But you'll notice it's written in the Gujarati script. This is such a clever move. It's borrowing authority from a well-known piece of wisdom, and it positions the product not as a treatment for when you're already sick, but as a proactive and intelligent choice for ensuring wellness right from the very start. So, what is this stuff, according to the flyer? Well, it defines the product very clearly. It's a remedy for the mother, and she's supposed to take it right from the first month of pregnancy. And the promised benefit? It's completely holistic, the complete health, as they put it, of both the mother and the child. All right, so we've got the problems and we've got the solution. Now let's look at the third piece of this puzzle, the specific promises and outcomes the flyer guarantees to anyone who actually uses these drops. This slide here, it really just lays out the core value proposition perfectly. On the left, you've got all the fears we've been talking about: C-sections, jaundice, high costs. And on the right, you have the product's promise, which acts like a perfect mirror image: a normal delivery, a healthy baby, and financial savings. See, it's a direct one-to-one solution for every single fear that was raised. But it doesn't stop there. The flyer then gets even more explicit with its guarantees. It's promising a robust and healthy child, the actual avoidance of a C-section, and freedom from jaundice. I mean, it even claims to prevent illnesses that happen after birth before the baby is even born. These are incredibly bold and comprehensive claims. So you might be wondering, how do they make these huge promises feel credible?
Well, the flyer uses a classic persuasion technique, social proof. By stating that hundreds of cases have already had this amazing experience, it creates a sense of safety, a sense of trust. The message is pretty clear. Hey, this isn't an experiment. It's a proven path that you too can follow. Okay, so we've looked at all the individual pieces, right? The fears, the solution, the promises. Now let's take a step back and put them all together and really look at the overall advertising strategy that's at play here.
When you look at it, this entire marketing message really boils down to a classic three-step persuasion funnel. It's so simple. Step 1, identify a powerful mix of fears. Step 2, present a single, simple product as the one and only solution. And step 3, make bold promises that directly cancel out every single one of those initial fears. I mean, it's a textbook formula, and you know what? It's highly effective.
And all of this really brings us to our final thought. Now that we've seen this structure laid out so clearly, it leads to a much bigger question, one that applies far beyond just this one flyer. When we see marketing for health products, how can we use this kind of analysis to better understand the messages they're sending us? What are they really selling? Is it a product, or is it a solution to a fear that they themselves help to identify? Definitely something to think about.